We're going to bring on a guest who has been in the Tao Wellness program. Last month it was called the Wellness Boost, and she's joined the Wellness Boost for her own healing. It is Dr. Julianne Martini, and she's here to share her story of healing that she received. So, welcome, Dr. Julianne. If you can share your story.
Yes, thank you very much, Francisco. I appreciate the opportunity to share. Um, I have been a chiropractor and acupuncturist for about 30 years, but about 10 years ago, I developed so many of my own chronic health conditions that it prohibits me from practicing, and that makes me very sad. I developed fibromyalgia after having 2 surgeries in 1 year. And with the fibromyalgia, started out with severe pain in my elbow. It went progressively from joint to joint until it would just encompass my whole body with searing pain, both in the muscles and the joints. I would get bouts of headaches, episodes of extreme fatigue, and especially to the point of putting me in bed after any kind of exertion. So something as simple as having to do the laundry in my basement, going up and down stairs a couple of times a day. Um, I could work for a couple of hours and then I would be in bed the rest of the day. And some days I would even sleep up to 20 hours per day, and then I would wake up still not feeling refreshed. So that was very frustrating. It took me down a path of allopathic medicine, where I started taking opioids, and I took several of them for a number of years, and I eventually got off of them. But unfortunately, with any kind of medication comes side effects. And the side effect I experienced from naproxen specifically was that I developed esophageal ulcers. So, you fix one problem and you wind up with another, unfortunately. Um, so let's see. A couple of months ago, I participated in the Tao Wellness Boost, and I really, really enjoyed the daily practices, the working with the energy centers, and especially the Tao light massages that we got to experience once a week. So after that time, I will say that I am no longer on any of the painkillers on a regular basis. I may take an occasional Tylenol. And the extreme fatigue is gone, and I find myself able to enjoy some of the things that I've loved over the years, like gardening. So now I can throw myself into a project and spend an entire day on it, whereas before, my mind had the idea that I wanted to do something, and I'd work on it for an hour, and then I'd spend the rest of the day in bed. So for me, I've gotten my quality of life back. And I realize that this is still a healing journey and I have other things to address, but the fibromyalgia is such a big deal. And to have energy back and to be able to participate in other of Master Sha's programs, even to the point of spending 8 or 12 hours a day on a Zoom call, I could not have even imagined that several years ago. So I feel truly blessed, and I'm so grateful to have had this opportunity.
Wow, thank you, Dr. Julianne. That's amazing. Wow. Dr. Julianne, so what would you say for the first time participant who's never done these practices? Maybe you could share with them what they can expect in, joining these practices.
Well, I'm happy to say I'm eager to get up in the morning and join a practice, which was unusual. So yes, we start with different practices, chanting, doing deep breathing within the Tao calligraphy field, breathing in healing energy and exhaling out any of the dirty, diseased energy. Um, we get to experience Tao light massages a couple of times a week. As you mentioned, we have a question and answer session once per week. But I would say working with the different energy channels and focusing on an organ or an energy system one by one, I found that to be very powerful.